that worked. Opening season is upon us. Unfortunately, well, I won't be going to game one. I know, sad. I wish I was. But I will be going to the second game of the season and the fourth game of the season. I will be getting the World Series trophy again. So I'll have two of these. And another World Series ring. For a total of 2 rings. World Series rings. But 5 total rings. I have a whole hand of rings. That'll be great. Can't wait for that. But you know what? Let's go into the season. How will these Astros do? My prediction? We're going to win 100 games, maybe even more than last year, and we're going to go back to the World Series, and we're going to win back to back. Bias fan much? Maybe. Accurate? Probably. We are, well, missing Altuve at the beginning of the season, and Michael Brantley at the beginning of the season, and possibly Lance McCullers at the beginning of the season. And Jordan Alvarez, we thought was missing, but it seems like he's going to be ready for the beginning of the season. If he's not ready for game one, should be there pretty soon. But you know what? Even without those players, it's not like we're a bad team, and they're coming back. Altuve's only gone for 2 months. 2 months out of a season really ain't that long. That's not a huge sample size. We still got the whole rest of the season. This is April, then March, but we still have May, June, July, August, and September, and the beginning of October. That's 5+ months. We have Altuve over 2 not having him. Okay, we'll be fine. Michael Brantley should be back somewhat soon, and when he's back, he's a very consistent at bat. He's probably not going to be hitting. He's definitely not going to be hitting as many bombs as Tucker or Alvarez, but he's a very consistent at bat. He's going to be getting them that bat on the ball over and over and over and over again. And that's McCullers Jr. is out. We lost Justin Verlander. Well, you know what? He's got Framber Valdez. Concerned with them, he's probably the well, I mean, we banned the shift. Oh. Well, you know what? That will help our batters. It might hurt Valdez because he's very good at getting them ground ball outs. But we still have Christian Javier, who had a no-hitter during the regular season, then a second no-hitter during the World Series, and was, yeah. Then we had, and with the shift, Framber Valdez shouldn't have dropped too much. I mean, he had the most consistent great days, the most what's it called? Good starts, whatever. Most great starts out of ever in a row in a single season. And then we still got Jose Urquidy, who's still a really great player, who's only going to get better. We still got Luis Garcia. He can't rock the baby. But you know what? He's gotten better, and he's been able to pitch without the baby multiple times. The only time he's been rocking the baby was when there were nobody on base last year. Players on base, he stopped rocking the baby, and he still did great. Yeah, we did fine. And then we got Hunter Brown, who basically is the Verlander replacement. He's definitely not going to be winning a Cy Young Award. But you know what? He's going to be out there. He's going to be eating up some innings. And he's shown that he has a great potential to become the next Justin Verlander. He has a very similar pitching style to Verlander. Very similar. He even has the similar pitching motion, release points. He's very similar to Justin Verlander in many ways. He's looked up to Verlander, and he's modeled his pitching style after him, so it makes sense that he would. So he could be the next JV, and we already got him at a very young age. Okay, like we could have primetime JV essentially, kind of like how the Tigers had, except this time we're actually gonna win stuff. Tigers made it to the World Series. We're actually gonna win some with primetime Hunter Brown. Hopefully, that's the goal. And then it's not like we're gonna be out of Lance McCullers the whole year. We weren't out of the whole year last year, and when he was out there, he did really good. He had his moments. I think he's a bit He's a bit of an emotional pitcher, which can be good and bad. When he's on a roll, he's on a roll. But he's had his moments, and you know what? He's still a really great pitcher when he's healthy. So when he comes back, he's still going to be really good. And then let's look at our batting lineup. Well, we got David Hensley who can come up. We're probably going to get Deanna Diaz. That's the hope. He's very versatile and he's a good batter. Uh, we still got Martin Maldonado at catcher, so you know what? That's not going to help us that much batting wise there. But he has slimmed down, so you know maybe he'll actually be a better batter this year. But he's still a pretty good defender. We're probably going to need to trade for. I would like to trade for another catcher, or maybe Corey Lee or Yanner Diaz end up being a really great option behind Maldonado. Because honestly, I think we should be looking at this point in Maldonado's career, looking for his replacement. But again, we didn't really need him, and honestly, he has clutch hits. He really does have some clutch hits. But I would like to see him a better batter in his position than what we got with Maldonado, because he was the closest thing to an automatic out last year that we had. But then we got Jeremy Pena at shortstop, who was unbelievable last year, who was the American League Championship Series MVP and the World Series MVP. And then this is his sophomore season, so this is only year 2 for him now. We've got Jordan Alvarez, who's going to be could be coming in pretty soon. Who y'all know who he is. He's an MVP candidate. He's going to be hitting them bombs. I'm going to be looking to seeing if he's going to shoot for breaking Aaron Judge's record. Not just Aaron Judge, but this dude takes comparisons to Barry Bonds already, and he's still very, very young. We got Kyle Tucker, King Tuck, Triple Tuck. He's going to be looking to break that triples record. Dude stealing bases, dude speedy on the baseline. Dude can hit bombs and turn a double to a triple. Get a nice single out there out of what would for some players be an out. Turn a long single into a double. This dude can get them extra bases out there by stealing bases or any other way. And then when it comes to center field, maybe Jake Myers, maybe Jazz McCormick. Jake Myers, I hope he does a lot better this year. I really hope he does well. I really was high on him, not last year, but the year before. And I was hoping that he would come back really well last year, but he really struggled last year. I hope he does well. I hope the version of Jake Myers that I wanted and I was hoping for 2 years ago finally shows up. But you know what? If not, we got Jazz McCormick, who had the catch of the World Series, who hit really well, who came out into his own during that series and towards the latter half of the year. Jazz McCormick really has shown himself to be a really, really great player. And really good in that center field position. We lost Uleski Gurriel, Yuli Lapina. Replaced him with a much, much better option over there. And we got a much better option over there in first. In second, you could have David Hensley. He's pretty good. Over at third, you still got Alex Bregman. This is still a really elite team out there. We got our right field, our left field, our center field, our pick of DH. We got a second. We got a second plate. Weakest part of the field right now. The biggest question would be that second base position. But anyway, we got a few prospects that could just hold it down just for a little bit until Altuve gets back. And then once he gets back, this lineup from top to 8, because Martin Maldonado, is none of them are guys you want to pitch to. None of them. The only person you want to pitch to would be to Martin Maldonado. That's it. This is a really great Astros team. This is a really great Astros batting lineup. Our starting pitchers are really great. And what about the relief pitchers? Well, we basically kept every single piece of that World Series championship team, of that historic postseason run and an elite run during the regular season. We still got Ryan Presley. We still got shoot. We got Ryan Stanek, Rafael Montero, Brian Abreu was doing really well too, and that's a pitcher that a lot of people had doubts on. And we got my two favorite pitchers in that bullpen still, Ryan Stanek and Rafael Montero. I know I already said their names, but again, they're my two favorite pitchers in that bullpen. We got Hector Neris still. We've got a full and deep bullpen. We got people who can close out the game outside of just Ryan Presley. Ryan Stanix had some saves. Rafael Montero had some saves. I think Hector Neris even had a save. This bullpen is deep. This bullpen is good. This bullpen is still the best in baseball. Undoubtedly the best in baseball. Not even close. This Astros team, we still have deep pitching and pitching with championships, and we got great batting, especially once everyone's back and healthy. The only scare, more people get injured, and they're injured for a much longer period of time. That's about it. That's my only worry. My only worry is, well, what if people get injured? Because honestly, outside of that, we did good. I mean, we won the World Series basically without Altuve already. It's not like, again, Altuve's injuries for 2 months, as much as I love the guy, ain't going to hurt the team that much. If we get the injury bug, that's going to hurt us. As long as we avoid the injury bug, we're good. That's about it. We really have no weaknesses. Our batting lineup's good, our fielding is good, our starting pitching's good, and our relief pitching's good. We should get back to that World Series, and we should win. We were the best team in 2019, didn't win it. We were the best team in 2022 and won it. We're going to be the best team in 2023. We should win this World Series, and I hope we repeat in 2022 and not pull what happened in 2019, where we were the best team, but fell short. I'm hoping for another 2022, maybe even a 2017, where we have a whole burst of offense out there, because this team is very offensively good. We could have another 2017 team too. We'll see how great this team does. This team is going to the postseason. This team is going to the ALCS. This team is hunting for that ALCS record, not the ALCS, the Championship Series record that the Braves hold. We already have the ALCS record. Now just get all of them. Might as well just get the whole record as a whole. And we're going to the World Series again, and we're going to win it all. And you know what? I might just be biased, but honestly, this team has shown me they can do it already. This team has gone up against all the odds already. This team, they're the favorites in baseball for a reason. Not just with Houston fans, but with just in general, they're the favorites already. There's a reason they are. And on my last point, I'll be sticking with this no matter how bad the start of the season is. Because for a while now, the script has been, there's high hopes on the Astros by the fans. Some stuff happens at the beginning of the season. There becomes doubts with the fans, which there's fans already putting doubts out there. Already. The season hasn't even started yet. This is sooner than other times where the doubts were during the regular season, when we were kind of struggling there at the beginning of the season. And then you know what ends up happening? The Astros find their groove, they dominate, and then they go on to the ALCS, go on to sometimes the World Series, and then other times win it flat out. That's been the script for the Astros for the past few years now. People have doubts. People get the hope. People get their doubts. They go on and do great anyways. So I don't care how we start out. This Astros team has gone out and done great anyways, and they're going to do that again, no matter how that start of the season looks.